mean, the Heathmont are rotating, obviously, Evans and Naina are out. And Macaulay's coming to the ruck with Finlay. But Macaulay's actually been pretty good, I thought, in the ruck. But also the fall of the ball. I think Knowles, towards the end of that second quarter, was a bit better there for Heathmont up the ruck. But I also have to say English coming up to support in the centre clearance, in terms of, after the restart, has been pretty good for Heathmont. So he's been a little bit of a difference maker there.
Kruger, I reckon, is trying hard.
He's working his way into the game, isn't he? He started off very slowly, but then in that second half of that second term, when the Basin started to get a roll on, he came into the game and was a bit of a difference in the scoreline.
And I think Jaden Brown's getting a bit more involved. There's a few names in the Basin that weren't having a look in now. They're starting to get more possessions. And they stopped turning it over in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, Josh Adams as well, who's I thought he's been fantastic with the Nigel Smart haircut out there. But no, I think he's been super for the Basin so far. And a few of their players, as we see, are taking a while to get into the contest. But you know, this second half's going to tell the story, and a few more might come in. And
Michael Thompson, he's been consistently good for the Basin. Even when they were struggling, he was getting his hands on it. So he'd be in my best half dozen on the ground at the moment.
I'd say Sean Carlos has been pretty good there for the Basin too at times. He hasn't been as prolific as Thompson, but I thought he's been pretty good. As we're about to restart this footy game here between the Heathmont Jets and the Basin. The Jets with a 3-point lead over the Basin, as you can hear the siren, and we get underway here for term number 3 at H.E. Parker Reserve. Into the ruck is Macaulay. He wins the tap down. Kruger gets the hands out, finds Thompson, turns the corner, puts it onto the right, pumps it in towards the forward 50. It's a Brucey and Dowling can't take the mark. It falls there now here to Macaulay, and we're going to have a free kick for a throw. Brucey is going to get the free just inside his own 50. He goes by hand now here to Pettigrew, puts it onto the right boot, pumps it in towards the centre square. Up there looking for the mark there was Odomat. He puts it onto the left and swings it around the body now, and might beat everyone out, but Brown read the fall of the ball beautifully. He kicks it up towards half forward. There's only the lone player there for the Basin being Edwards, and goes all the way into the forward pocket and out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in. So Finn Brown has been one of the better players for the Jets so far in this game. He's had 3 points to the margin out here at H.E. Parker Reserve on Radio Eastern at 98.1, or streaming around the globe on EFL.org.au. Round 17 of the Eastern Footy League here this afternoon. The Savoury doing the rucking there for the Jets. English tried to grab the footy, grabbed there in turn by Adams and slung to the ground, and will have a ball up.
Fair tackle there by Adams, Rob. English isn't exactly the most slim guy. He's quite a cumbersome figure, so it's a good effort to bring him to ground.
Indeed, is bursting through the pack now. Here come the Bears. The kick up towards the half-back flank. It's a loose footy. The ball evades Thompson, getting some attention there from Sindri. Thompson did well to shake both of them and keep it inside and get the kick away now here to Mills. Was just kicking this one up now here to Galante. He takes it, turned, and up come the Bears now with a bit of momentum. The kick now here to Brown, dead on centre wing here, near side of the ground here for the Basin Bears. He goes in short, finds his teammate here in Thompson. Thought about playing on, decides to go back and take the kick. And he puts it onto the right, pumps it inside the forward 50. It was over the head of his teammate there in Finlay, and it's taken now here by Evans inside 50 for the Heathmont Jets Footy Club. Goes by hand now here to Burley. His short chip pass intended there for Odomat. He takes the mark just on the edge of the centre square and goes with the left out now into the run there of Finn Brown. Took it well on the first bounce. Gets a hand pass out, but was a bit of a panic handball. Savoury couldn't take it. The Basin can, and it's taken beautifully now here by Roberts. He gets a handball back, and the kick now in towards the centre of the ground. Good spoil there from Spurns. Prying the tackle there was Burley. Savoury gets the hands out now here to Odomat. Odomat gets a handball back. Now it's up with Pettigrew. Pettigrew in the centre of the ground. Breaks one tackle. Well, it didn't break the second one. Lucky not to be penalised, I should say. Savoury going in head first. And we'll have, sorry, that's Odomat, excuse me. And we'll have a ball up.
Scuffed kicks. It's tough to get a kick away. If you can evade one tackle but not two. Kruger goes at it, but it's going to be one out through Heathmont, through Knowles. Goes direct, goes long. Will it clear the last defender? No, and it's been spoiled over the line under a heap of pressure. Well done there by the Basin to concede only a point, as Heathmont had numbers surging to the goal square. It's a minor score. Heathmont 6-8-44. I'm just seeing if it's updated. 6-8-44 to 6-4-40. It's a 4-point lead to Heathmont. First score of the third term, 3.5 minutes gone. So the ball had to be retrieved by the player over the fence, and that's what the hold-up has been. All options are definitely covered, so it's going to be a dumping kick out of defensive 50. Big pack flies at it, whistle. Not sure what the umpire's seen. He's holding, he says, off the play. It's a free kick to the Basin, and they gleefully take it as they try to transcend their way out of defensive 50. The pass on the bounce was ungainly, but Basin keep hold of the ball as it's kicked towards Mills. On the bounce, he tries to grab it, and as he goes close to the line, he's got some help. The kick forward by the Basin's been chopped off by Sheriff. Sheriff's been called to play on. He goes long towards Odermatt, who flies. He gets hit from behind. Play goes on. Hand pass falls into the hands of Sindri. Sindri goes inside 50. Not too much progression there, so running after it again. Heathmont try to get it going forward. The defence hold up. Thompson's working hard, and he goes backwards just to get some open space, but he gives it to a man who was wrapped up as soon as he claimed it. So it was a hopeful ball, as handing it back is the Basin defence, and they probably did well just to hold up as the pressure came on. Disputed ball 40 metres out from goal for Heathmont, and another ball up as the Rucks go at it. Will get scores in just a sec as the play moves on. Opportunity for Heathmont if they can break free of the tacklers. English kicks it around the corner, but back into the congestion. No mark claimed by Heathmont. Brown's under a heap of problems for the Basin, so he just puts it in front of himself close to the line, and he wants it bundled over, and he got the result he was after. So it's a barrel throw in 30 metres around from the goal. Will take 5 seconds and get scores around the grounds.
Yeah, Division 4, Glen Waverley Hawks 43, Coldstream 33, Kilsyth 47, Surrey Park 45, East Burwood 53, Sylvan 19, Whitehouse Pioneers 75, Nunawading 25.
I think the favourites are leading in those Division 4 games.
As the ball thrown in, and promptly we have a scrum and a ball up. It's 14 points to margin, 4 points to margin, excuse me, out here at H.E. Park in reserve. A couple of phantom goals I just threw in there. 5.5 played now here in quarter number 3.
Must be a good game you're watching.
As this kick now comes up towards the centre half forward line here for the Basin. Holding the man is the call. Free kick going the way of the Bears. About 60 from home, and it was Lockie Spurns, the offender on that occasion. And the Bears are going to go back from, about still 60 out. Jackson McCauley's going to take the kick here in the half-back flank. Pumps it in towards the centre of the ground. Target there is Dowling. Good spoil from behind. It comes loose now. Bell doing the roving, but putting this one onto the left. The Bears, it's got the high up and under. It's just going to go straight back into the goal square. And the mark taken here, and eventually out now here to Knudsen in the near forward pocket.
Cripps flying shot, you expect him to put it through.
When you're hot, you're hot. Here's the kick now into the near side of the ground, taken here by Declan, and he just goes back and surveys the options upfield. Hasn't got much, just goes back short now here to Knudsen in the back pocket here for the Jets, and they just slow the tempo of the game down a few beats per minute. This one goes in now here towards Savory, and he takes the mark and plays on. He's ditched the long sleeves, but he's given it straight back into the waiting arms here of Bo Dowler. Dowler now, he goes in short, and the play on. Cripps there probably had the mark. Savory spoiled that and kicked it straight back upfield. And Clint Jones back on the field. He went off injured there in that second quarter. And he has it now at centre wing. Kicks this round to the edge of the centre square. The mark taken now here by Brown. Turns around, puts it in towards the direction of Finlay. And he's taken the mark. He beats Sheriff to the flight of the footy. And he'll go back and line up from about 45 out.
Would have you paid that, Dan?
I would have. I would have. And, you know, it's interesting again, he's found himself in space in similar circumstances to the previous quarters. So
Finlay is going to go back and have a pop. He's kicked 11 already this year as the big man. And, he's looking to add the 7th here for the Basin here this afternoon. Trail by 4. This to make it 2-point lead here for the Bears. Puts it onto the right. It's got the carry, maybe not. Just short, and a good mark taken there by Lockie Spurns.
Ferns is literally on the last line, so the umpire says, come back, please, Macaulay, give him some space. But he goes across goals, it's dangerous, but in the end, Pettigrew, under pressure, takes a good overhead. He charges his way out of defence, draws the defender, gives it to English, who loads up from half-back, gets to the outer wing. Brown's outnumbered, nearly takes the overhead. Ground level, he'd be beaten by the numbers, but the Basin hand pass back into travel. Max Kruger says, I'll go and get it. He takes on the tacklers, gets the hand pass out. Being dragged to the ground was Hutchinson Drake, and it'll be a ball up on the wing of the Bavarian side of HE Parker Reserve. Time to just check. We've played 8 minutes. We've only had one score added to the halftime score. It's Heathmont leading by 4 points, 6-8 to 6-4. And another ball up to follow the one that just happened. So it's a hot ball now. A lot of players surrounding the every contest. They don't want to concede anything at the moment, I feel. We just see how this goes as it dribbles out of bounds, and it's good time to take the look around the grounds.
Yeah, halftime score. Scoresby and Donvale. Scoresby 8-10-58 to Donvale 5-6-36.
Thanks, Barry, as we have a boundary throw in near side of the ground, true centre wing position. In comes the throw. Evans almost won the tap out. It's tapped in turn there by Adams. And here comes Cripps. He kicks this one out now here towards the half-back lane. Oh, wow. And a good mark. Going back with a flight of the ball there with Brown just over the boundary line. He marks it just inside. Now down 50, Brown backs himself, pumps this in towards the goal square. It's going to go across the face, unable to take the mark. Sevens as Dowler gets tackled, as does Finlay, manages to get boot to ball. Coming in hard there was Mills, there for the Bears. Taken here by Dowler, goes by hands, tries to find a teammate, no one on offer, but here's Thompson arriving late. His kick is a high up and under in towards the goal square. Plenty of Jets players there, one of them is Sindri. He takes it off the pack and gets the right boot to ball down here the near side of the ground. Just dribbles there in front there of Brown. It's taken here by Cripps. His short spearing passes goes over the head and unable to take it there was Young, but backed up there by his teammate in Burley, and the kick comes out now here towards centre wing. Brown all by himself there with Edwards. And then Edwards did well there to win that footy. Get the hand pass out now. Here come the Basin again. Kruger, the intended target. It's picked up in turn by Brown. His kick in towards the direction here at Dowler. And he beats a Brucey on the lead. And he's going to go back from 35 out. Directly in front almost.
Well, he's a burly figure, Dowler, isn't he? But don't underestimate him on the lead. You can just see there on the replay, Brucey doing his best to reach out and gives him a clip across the head. Yeah. Bit of an ear massage or a back of the head massage on the way through, but strong jukes there by Dowler.
Who would have thunk that Basin could be leading when we saw the first quarter?
So Dowler, 32 goals on the season already, and he's looking for goal number 33 here. And more importantly, goal number 7 as far as the Basin's concerned. The kick is gun barrel straight to borrow a BWS term. And the Basin hit the lead here at HE Parker Reserve, 7-4-46. They lead Heathmont 6-8-44. Third goal of the afternoon there for Bo Dowler.
Well, Gav, just on what you said before, yeah, who'd have thought the Basin would be leading now after the slow start that they had and how sluggish they looked early on in this game?
Well, let's get some scores around the ground, some vital matches happening all around the AFL today.
Yes, an interesting score at half-time in Division 1. North Ringwood 3-6-24 to Vermont 3-4-22.
Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that one. Low scoring, obviously. Back in the middle of HE Parker, they were up by more than 4 goals halfway through the first term, were Heathmont. Now they trail by 2 points. And it's a fight for the ball. Who's going to win this hot ball in the centre of the reserve? No one, says the umpire. And we'll have a secondary ball up. Going towards the wing on the Bavarian side. Rucks go at it. Charging towards it is Evans of Heathmont, but the Basin sort of win it. They're pushing it in front of themselves. Cripps picks it up, hands it off to his teammate in Adams. Adams under a heap of pressure, just loads up a high ball, hoping for a mark. Dowler nearly accommodates, jumping late, coming into the contest, but he just couldn't keep it into the vice-like grip. And it came down to ground where many players jumped on the ball at centre forward for the Basin. So they're certainly getting on top around these stoppages, are the Basin. Let's see what they can do from centre half forward. Rucks go at it, ground level. Galante spoons a hand pass to Adams. Adams, he puts a bundling ball, bounces towards his leader option, Finlay. He just doesn't want to claim it, just in case he gets holding the man for him, but he lets Heathmont in. The short pass was dangerous in the defence because picking it up finally is Merritt. He's got a heap of pressure with his teammates, so the sharing is not caring, and eventually it's picked up by Drake. His kick is smothered for the Basin, don't go forward yet. Mills might get onto it. Sverns meets him just as the ball was about to be picked up off the deck, and Galante had 2 tacklers as he grabbed the ball at half forward, and the man with the orange boots has to hand it back to the umpire.
Well, the pressure from the Basin has lifted significantly again in this third quarter, hasn't it? When you see a Jets player get the ball, they're under immediate pressure.
Punch forward by Heathmont, clears the area only slightly, but it's the numbers with Adams winning it for the Basin, and he kicks it long to Finlay, front position, props himself, bounce comes over the top by Sheriff. Sheriff's a ground level rover, but he allows his teammate in Pettigrew to help him out. His kick gets to Young, he brings it down to ground, now he helps out to Merritt. Merritt spears it to Brown under a heap of pressure. Was an ugly pass, and the Basin, have they got the numbers to win out? They paddle it to the Jets, and the Jets run into an open goal through McIntosh. If you're going to clear the area, you want your teammate to be there, but it was McIntosh on the spot to kick Heathmont 7, and they're back in front. 7-8-50, leading the Basin 7-4-46.
Yeah, just a desperate lunge there. It was to no avail, as you mentioned, Gav. You'd want your teammates to be in the immediate area, and you've got to take those half opportunities too, though, if you're the opposition. He knew exactly what he was doing there, McIntosh, and a gimme goal.
More scores around the ground before the next bounce.
Yes, indeed. And Baronia building percentage 15-11-101 to Churnside Park, 1 behind, 1 point. Ferntree Gully 6-4-40, Waverley Blues 4-8-32, and Templestowe 6-6-42, Warrandyte 1-1-7. And South Belgrave and Ringwood. It's Ringwood in front, 5-8-38 to South Belgrave, 4-5-29.
Thanks, Barry. Finlay back into the ruck, wins the tap down. They're looking for it was Galante. The Jets have the footy. It's pumped up in towards centre half forward. Plenty of flyers there. Unable to take the mark there was Odomat. It goes over his head. And now here to McIntosh, looking for goal number 2 straight, and he's kicked it. McIntosh kicks 2 inside a minute, as do the Jets, and they extend their lead back out now. Here, that was actually Joel Merritt, excuse me. Got ahead of myself. 8-8-56. The Jets lead the Basin Bears at 7-4, 46, 15-20 played.
Well, McIntosh was clapping, so
yeah, I'll give it to him that way, eh? By extension.
We talk about these opportunistic goals. Another one for Heathmont. It seems to be their hallmark, doesn't it? Haven't been great on set shots today, but have been able to convert those half opportunities into goals.
Yeah, they love open play goals, don't they? It's keeping them ahead at the moment. The Basin win it out of the centre. Mills with Galante. They're sharing it around to go out wide. That's a kick off the left. It's probably not the favoured foot there for Thomas Edwards because he had 2 open players, but the ball goes out of bounds, just dribbling off to their left effectively. So it's going to be a boundary throw in on the wing pavilion side of H.E. Parker. It was 3 points of difference at halftime. 16 minutes into the third quarter. It's a 10-point lead to Heathmont, but they only a minute ago trailed for the first time today. I'll take that back. I think the Basin scored the first point.
They did, technically.
Yes, so it's Heathmont going to the centre, trying to start things up, but luckily the man there's Abruzze muscling his way through a tackle, but he threw it, said the umpire. So Abruzze tried to use his strength, but he threw it away effectively, and it's now in the hands of the Basin. Quick kick finds Drake at half forward. He can't play on from that ball. Now he just drives off to the right foot and kicks it long to the goal square. Numbers are not with the Basin, but have they a marker? Ground level ball. It's been picked off by Kennedy, and Kennedy, man on the spot, puts it through from 20, and they're back in it again. The Basin 8-4-52, only trail by 4. Heathmont 8-8-56. It was a hopeful long ball, but the Rover was with the Basin.
What a great read there by Kennedy. As we go to Barry Cotts in the score centre.
Yeah, Division, some Division 2 scores. Ferntree Gully and Lydale 4-4-28. Upper Ferntree Gully 3 goals straight, 18. Mulgrave 6-4-40, Mitcham 4-3-27, Doncaster 7-6-48, Wanturna South 6-3-39, and Blackburn is currently a 48-point lead over Bourne in the third quarter.
So the Blackburn Footy Club will and truly, I'd say, putting the sword to Bourne's finals aspirations, slim as they were. As looks like Savory's gone into the ruck now here for the Jets up against Finlay. Finlay wins the tap down. Savory does the roving though, evades everyone. Got a free kick here, kicking in danger, going the way of the Jets. Savory's going to take it. He plays on quickly, puts it on to the left, looking there for the lead of Odomat. Almost took it there under pressure, gets the crumbs back, gets one up high. Almost had his head taken off there by Jones, and he's going to go back. It looks like he's going to back himself.
How smart was that? He used his bummers effectively, going, if I don't mark it, I might get holding. And then he just kept the protected space and he took the tackle too high.
That's experience right there, isn't it?
So, Leo Demat, he's going to go back, I'd say from about 55. He's going to have a good hard crack at this one. Kick 40 on the year so far. Here it comes off the left. And it's just to the right, unfortunately. Just the minor score there for the Jets. They are now 8-9-57. They lead the Basin 8-4-52.
Have we put the moz on them, Gav?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it's now another set shot they've missed. So it's an interesting detail of the game. But Heathmont have got the ball again, comes back to Merritt. He just got a hand from a defender in his way. Abruzzi picks it up, but he's been picked up in the tackle and ragged down to the ground 30 metres out. It's a ball up with Heathmont attacking. 5-point lead they have as we approach time on in this third term. It's a clear day except for the dark skies that are coming above. It's one of those, you know, nice winter days. Finals are on the line as fourth place, fifth. And what a great game we've chosen to get out to. 8-9-57, Heathmont leading the Basin 8-4-52. Odomat's underneath it. He was beaten to the ruck. Abruzzi's in there, but just as he claims the ball, he's taken in a tackle, ball and all. And again, the ball doesn't move too far away. We've had two subsequent ball ups after the first. I think we can bargain on Abruzzi probably getting underneath the next one. No, it goes away from into the pocket. Who's going to win it? It is the Basin who clear with the kick going long out of space. It's in front of the runner. So Cripps has got it. Short pass, finds a teammate there in Brown. Brown runs it, gets it off to the running teammate in Kennedy. Kennedy goes long, big mark in the 50. And again, it's Dowler who takes it 45 metres out. He had the opponent in Sheriff well beaten in terms of body strength. Front position took the mark.
Yeah, that's strong body work there from Dowler. He was significantly, Sheriff was out muscled there and just outplayed. Front position, you're always going to be in the box seat to take the mark. He found himself well out of position there, Sheriff.
Dowler palmed him off through the chest and then reached up, took a good mark, strong hands, and from 50 out, can he put the Basin back in front for the second time this quarter? It's long, it's just about straight, didn't get the journey. The umpire's in good position. Oh,
score
touched
review
on the line. I'll go to the score review because I'm calling that a goal, but it was a point officially. Let's see the replay, Leroy.
Very pedestrian from the goal umpire, I will admit, on that decision.
He didn't straddle the post.
So the kick come back in as we get back into play. Great tackle applied there by Bailey Stevens, and he wins the free kick. Well, straight back into the action. Good tackle there on Mike Thompson, who's been one of the better players for the Bears. Here comes the kick, and just beating that at all. I think Pettigrew's won himself a free kick. Surely that's got to come, yes. And well, that was pretty undisciplined there from the base. No need for it. And Pettigrew's going to take this one here on centre wing. He kicks it in short now into the centre square. Kicks it now here to Burley. Goes by right boot. Looking there for Brown. Just lost his footing at the crucial juncture. And I think that was, didn't think that got that on the full there, did Kieran Brown. Anyway, he plays on and kicks it round toward the outside here to Ryder Kennedy. He kicks up now here towards centre wing. And Cripps, the best player on the ground for the Basin so far this afternoon, goes in towards Dowler in short. Dowler still a long way from home, out of range. He kicks it over the top. Intended target. Two Basin players who went for it. They probably should have taken it. Sheriff, quick hands out now here to Lockie Sferns. His hand pass over the top, and it eventually ends up now here with Declo. His kick's a bit of a mongrel, but it's picked up nonetheless here by Young. His kick is a high up and under and didn't get all of it. And the Bears take it now here through Luke Watson. He spears it in short. Finds the hyphen, Hutchison Drake. He goes across the face of goal out towards the opposite and out of Cam Cripps, looking now here for the lead here of Mitch Brown. He takes it here on the half-back flank. The Basin now playing possession footy. Short pass, and that finds Tommy Edwards. He decides to play on, goes by the left now up towards half-forward flank. A one-on-one contest. Went over the head, picked up here by Savory, dropped it, and gets dropped himself. And the umpire says we'll have a boundary throw in.
It's definitely heating up here, isn't it?
Yeah, getting, as Vinnie Jones would say, it's been emotional. One of the best movies of all time for those of you out there that picked it. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Here comes the boundary throw in. Savory didn't win the tap. It's picked up beautifully there by Roberts. And pass over the top now here to Brown. Brown just hugging the boundary line by Brown and ran out of real estate. Actually, I think he ended up kicking that into Max Kruger. And the ball's actually Knowlesy, excuse me. He may have affected the spoil.
Well, Max Kruger's wearing the Chris Judd taping over the nose there. It's going to hurt to come off with that long hair at the end of the game, you'd think.
Yeah, it's holding the ponytail up, which is also beneficial. And now it's in the hands of Brown, gets an inside 50, and there's that man Cripps. Takes the mark in front. It's something different to be taking a mark and having a set shot for Brown.
Galante.
Oh, sorry, it's a Galante, yeah, with the orange boots. Sorry, my bad. Just getting a bit excited there for Cripps, but it's Galante.
That was a sensational pass too, wasn't it? Low and flat by Jaden Brown to hit him on the chest.
So this, well, I don't reckon he'll struggle for distance, so we won't have a controversial touch on the line potentially this time, as we just had moments ago with Dowler's kick. Galante from 40 puts it straight and long. The goal umpire has no stress in signalling that's a goal, and Basin are back in front. Deep into time on. Basin 9-5-59, lead by 2 points as the rain starts falling. Heathmont are 8-9-57, 2-point lead at the 24-minute mark of the third term. How will the rain change things? But let's get some more scores around the east.
Yeah, Division 4, East Bull 7-11-53, leading Sylvan 2-7-19.
Thanks, Barry. Well, deep into time on here in this third term, and you can see it is quite the downpour out there at centre. We'll see if this game slows down a little bit as into the ruck comes Evans again now as this one moved out. Basin trying to best out of centre square, and it's not going anywhere except back to the umpire for another ball up.
Well, here's where we'll see the possessions. The contested possessions are at a premium when it starts to pour like this, and the side that goes harder for longer will win this game.
Spotted forward there, unable to win it. There was Brown, goes off by the soccer off the ground. Here's Mills, his disposal is punched forward there by Thompson and picked up now here well by Adams. Shakes one tackle but doesn't shake the siren, and it ends after this third term of footy out here at H.E. Parker Reserve. The Basin Bears have a slender lead of 2 points, 9-5-59. They lead the Heathmont Jets 8-9-57. Goal kickers, the Basin, 3 for Lockie Cripps, then 3 for Bo Dowler as well. Jaden Brown has a single, as does Galante, Ryder Kennedy as well. And for the Heathmont Jets, singles to Knowles, Brown, Savory, Sindri, Stevens, a pair to McIntosh, and Merritt and Norris have one each as well.